Chapter 18 of The Doll's House by Rumer Godden. Perhaps March Payne was very powerful, or Emily had less sense than Totty thought. At all events, she showed no sign of changing, and things grew worse and worse for the Plantagenets. "I know," said Emily one day. "Let us pretend they are the servants. They can sleep in the attic and stay in the kitchen. Let them be March Payne's servants." "Oh no, Emily. Oh no," cried Charlotte, shocked. "How can they be? They are themselves. March Payne is more like their aunt or their stepsister." "She isn't like a sister," said Emily, and that was certainly true. "She is a lady, a great lady. I don't want them in the sitting room with her." "Why shouldn't they be in the sitting room? They are so ordinary, so like ordinary people." "Then I like ordinary people." "Yes, but they don't go with March Payne." Emily had her way, and the Plantagenets were told to keep in the kitchen. Mr. Plantagenet could not understand it. The master of the house to stay in the kitchen, not to go into the sitting room, not to go where he likes in his own house. Father goes where he likes. I am the father, the master of the house. Totty?" "Of course you are," said Totty firmly. "I am not what she called me, Totty. I am not the butler, am I?" "You shan't be the butler," said Totty, but Emily put in her hand and took up Mr. Plantagenet. "You are the butler," said Emily. "Go and open the door." "I am a postmaster, the master of the house." "Postmaster, housemaster," cried poor little Mr. Plantagenet, struggling. "A pretty postmaster," said March Payne. "Emily hasn't opened your post office for days." "Shouldn't we put up the post office for Mr. Plantagenet?" suggested Charlotte. "He can't have it now," said Emily. "He is being the butler, and Birdie can be cook." "But would Birdie make a very good cook?" asked Charlotte miserably. "You know how muddled she gets. Suppose she was muddled between sugar and salt, or coffee and curry powder, or beans and sultanas." Emily laughed, but the Plantagenets did not laugh. "Very well, she can be the maid, and Totty can be the cook." "Totty can be the cook," said Charlotte, reeling. "Yes, we can make her a dear little cap and apron. But Totty, Emily." "I don't care," said Emily in a hard voice. "I want to cook for March Payne, and Totty must be the cook." "I don't see anything in it," said Emily loudly. "We often make her cook." Charlotte was silent. "Don't we?" said Emily more loudly. "She likes cooking." Charlotte was still silent. "I don't care," said Emily again. "She is the cook, so there." "You have to do as you think with dolls," she said to Charlotte's silent face. "You have to play with them." "Yes, poor dolls," said Charlotte. "I am only playing with them," said Emily defiantly. "Yes, poor dolls," said Charlotte. Chapter 19 of The Doll's House by Rumer Godden. Now the Plantagenets of the Doll's House were only allowed to use the attic and kitchen. March Payne lay in their big bed, bathed in their bath, sat on their chairs, ate and drank out of their flowered china, looked out of their windows. She sat by the lamp and saw the shadow of the roses. She had Birdie's bird cage and her feather broom. If Birdie's hat had fitted on her head, you can be sure Emily would have given it to her. And Apple? Apple was still Apple in the house. He would not stay in the kitchen, not because, like Birdie, he could not remember, but because he did not want to stay in the kitchen. "You are naughty, Apple," said Totty. "I want to be naughty," said Apple. He was not afraid of March Payne. He did not dislike her. He was not afraid of anybody. And he liked everybody as everybody liked him. "Sing me a song," he said to March Payne, as he would have said to Birdie or to Totty. "I don't know any songs," said March Payne, and Apple laughed in high delight, because he thought March Payne was teasing. "Go on, sing it," said Apple. But March Payne really did not know any songs. She had lived for all those years in nurseries, and she did not know any songs. This was because her head was so filled up with thoughts of herself that there was no room for the smallest song to enter. But she was very clever. She knew that the Plantagenets did not like Apple to be with her, and so she said, "You sing to me." This was clever, because most people, however small, like to sing their own songs best, and Apple began to sing to March Payne. Every day he sang her a song, and she pretended to love it. Soon he had a habit of going into March Payne. "Apple, don't do that," said Totty. "Will," said Apple. "Don't," said Totty. "Don't," said Mr. Plantagenet. Don't," said Birdie. "Do," said March Payne. "Do." Apple liked people who said "do" better than people who said "don't," and he continued to go into March Payne. "She will get him into mischief," said Totty. "I am very uneasy about him," said Mr. Plantagenet, but they were far too proud to go in after Apple and show March Payne they cared. Birdie was not too proud. She went straight in and brought Apple back. That surprised them. "There were no two thoughts about it," said Birdie, and she looked surprised herself. "Sometimes there are not," she said. "Sometimes there is only one thought, and then I know what to do. Sometimes, but not very often." "And why don't you let him play with me?" asked March Payne. Birdie could not answer. As soon as March Payne spoke to her, she became confused, and thought of heaviness and lightness, and yellow hair that was not real and was real, and eyes that were painted, and eyes that opened and shut, and wedding clothes and cracker feathers, and the fairy off the Christmas tree. She could not speak to March Payne, but Totty answered her. "Because we do not choose," said Totty. "You do not choose? You let him do dangerous things," said Birdie suddenly. "Do I?" asked March Payne, and smiled. "Yes, I do," she said, "if I want." "You had better not," said Totty. "He is our little boy." "Is he? Fancy that," said March Payne. She glared at Totty. "Wait and see," said March Payne. "Wait and see, you little splinter." Suddenly, just after that, Emily said to Charlotte, "I know, Apple shall be her little boy." "Whose little boy?" "March Payne's." "March Payne's?" "Yes, March Payne's." "But he isn't March Payne's little boy. He is a Plantagenet. You can't change him now." "Why can't I?" "You can't. I won't have it," said Charlotte. "Charlotte, who is the eldest?" "You can't be the eldest all of the time," cried poor Charlotte. In the doll's house there was silence. March Payne, Birdie, Mr. Plantagenet, Totty, and Dana had all heard. Apple was not listening. He had made a white gumboot out of the little bedroom jug and was trying it on his foot over his red shoe, and now he could not get it off. Dana was the first to break the silence. "Prick," said Dana. "Did you hear?" asked Mr. Plantagenet. Then, in a long, long whisper, "Totty, did you hear?" "Did I hear, or did you?" "Did I? Did you? Did I?" said Birdie, rattling terribly. Totty did not answer. She was wishing desperately, her wood as hard as if it were full of knots and grains. "Oh, Emily, 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 I wish, I wish, I wish," wished Totty. "Oh, Emily, Emily." But March Payne only smiled her heavy china smile.